Hi, this is Bill Stinnett with Sales Excellence, and I'm excited to get a chance to spend a few minutes with you about our brand new program which we call Advanced Time Management Strategies for Sales Professionals. We do a lot in the way of assessments with salespeople before, during, and after any training that we provide. And one of the things that we've been observing is a desperate need from so many salespeople in the area of time management. You know, we've really done away, I think, in our corporate world, we've done away with so many of the support systems and the administrative help and the other kinds of things that were provided to salespeople in years past. Today's salespeople are required to do, well, actually, I think probably more of the salesperson's job today has to do with things that aren't about selling than there are things to do that are about selling. And so salespeople are really pulled in 1,000 different directions and confused, quite frankly, on how do I get this all done? How do I balance all the customer service side of it? And I got to chase down billing issues, and I got to make sure and keep up with delivery issues. How do I find time to call customers? And this area, as I said, has been something that we've observed has been a strong need. And so this program really started just as one module of what we call our core methodology, but it's become now a complete program that we've put together that we offer as a one-day on-site instructor-led workshop or a two-day on-site instructor-led workshop. We also offer it as a series of e-learning modules, as a series of instructor-led web conferences, and also as a self-study program for individuals. And the value of this really is quite incredible when you start to think about what an extra hour or an extra 2 hours a week of selling time might do for you or some of the salespeople on your sales team. Think about it like this. We spend our 10 hours a day or our 12 hours a day in this profession on a variety of things. We invest very few of those minutes or those hours. And so the first thing we talk about in our workshop is really understanding the difference between spending time versus investing time. And there is a significant difference. Spending time on all the busy work versus investing time on developing our best accounts, on developing our industry knowledge, on developing, let's say, our network of contacts within any particular account or opportunity or within any particular industry. The things that are not necessarily urgent but are highly important that salespeople find they don't have enough time to focus on. And so we really help salespeople try to understand, first of all, where are you spending your time right now? We do a bit of a time study to figure out how many hours or how many minutes literally in a week's time do we spend in front of customers? Do we spend on the phone with prospective new customers, or at least trying to get them on the phone? Do we spend in preparation for sales calls? Do we spend on, as I said, those sales activities versus how many hours and minutes do we spend on, I'm going to say, non-sales activities? Let me share a story with you. One of our clients, a Fortune 100 company, recently shared with us that they had done this time study, this type of a time study, with 12 different operating companies within their portfolio. So several hundred salespeople across about a dozen different sales teams. And what they found is none of those sales teams were spending more than 22% of their time actually with their clients. That is a stunning, if not a frightening number, to recognize that 78% of the time for these groups of salespeople are not spent on selling. Salespeople desperately need help with defining what are my highest level priorities in this profession. And then literally building or designing a work week around those highest priorities, like making time for business development and prospecting, making time for building deeper relationships within existing accounts, etc. And so we teach salespeople how to employ some very simple but very powerful techniques to create a work week that is as highly effective as possible. And in essence, teach salespeople how to take more of their time back so they can focus it on building business with their customers instead of all the other things that tend to just eat up a salesperson's day. And so it really helps to increase what we call sales capacity, the ability for salespeople to actually focus on and manage more opportunities because they're spending less time on a variety of other, let's say, distracting kinds of tasks. We leverage specific processes and specific tools to do better planning and better execution so that salespeople are really getting traction and accomplishing the most they can with every day that they invest. And so my hope is that you'll take the time to look at the description of the various modules that comprise this program and ask yourself, is this something that might help you or might help your sales team? If we applied some of these ideas and taught your people how to use this, our experience has been incredible. One of our clients, we did a workshop on this topic for one of our better clients just a few months ago over in France, and the response or the feedback from the manager, the vice president of this particular group, he said, this was like an electric shock to our sales team. Very, very nice compliment, but the intent here, the idea, I think what he was expressing is this is filled with not just simplistic time management 101 concepts, make a list and prioritize, but really how to literally reorganize your entire work week around those most important things of the selling profession. It has a tendency to be a profound game changer. My hope is that you'll explore this, you'll look into it further, and if we can help you, please give us a call or reach out to us. We'd like to explore how these ideas might be able to be put to use for you as well. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.